Welcome to CP101, and this is another classic rewind. They seem to be big hits, so I'm going to keep doing them. And I have a lot of fun bringing down the old stuff and showing it to you again. This is the Halcyon Alien 3 that I built about, I want to say 3 or 4 years ago is when I put this together. And it's a kit that I wanted for a while. In fact, they're all the Alien kits from Halcyon I want, but some of them are pretty damn pricey. If you can find them, they're getting rarer and rarer to come across. But this is a more common one. He's not that hard to find, but the other ones are getting pretty hard, pretty expensive. Yeah, just a super kit. I don't recall having too many issues with it. The only issue I can recall having with it, the fit wasn't that great, so we have some filler work we had to do on this. And the tail, as you can see, is really, really long. And the problem with it is not so much the length of the tail, is how they have you attach the tail to the body. It's a stupid way they did it. It's just basically a flush fit. The tail is flush fit to the body, and there's no pin, there's nothing at all to help give that long tail support. So needless to say, with the length being what it is, it's pretty easy to snap off. Now how I did it to make sure that that wouldn't happen, and it's been 4 years and I've yet to break it off, and it's been hit plenty of times. How I did it was I took, let me zoom in on the tail a little bit. I took, get a pointer so my hand doesn't throw the camera out of focus. I took the old Tester's liquid and I just put a shitload on there, and I took and put a bunch on his butt where the tail connected to his butt, and I just let it sit for a couple of minutes till it started to attack the plastic, and then I went over it a second time with glue to soften it even more. Basically what I did was just get it to where the plastic was mushy on both sides, and once it started getting mushy, that's when I put the tail on and kind of pressed it hard in there to really get the plastic to meld together, because that was the only way that I figured this tail was going to work. In retrospect, I should have pinned it, but I didn't. Just by using a lot of the old Tester's liquid and smooshing the two pieces together once it got soft, then I went back and sanded it, and it's doing the job. I mean, because once that old Tester's welds the plastic together, it's not going anywhere. And as I said, I've hit this tail plenty of times in the 4 years and hasn't cracked or anything. So so far so good on the tail. But that's my only complaint with this kit, was that tail. Other than that, I really don't have too many complaints with it. It's a pretty cool kit. The color I used, it's all craft acrylics, and the color I used was a color called, in fact I still have it, it's the Dazzling Metallics. It's the Rich Espresso. This is what I used on them a long time ago. And then I also went over them with the black wash too, but this is the base color. And I put a lot of coats on, and I put a lot of Future on, and just kept doing it over and over, and got him to looking where he's about the color of a cockroach. And that's what I was striving for, believe it or not, because I noticed that in all the Alien movies, like a cockroach, they liked warm environments, wet, dark, and so I thought, what better coloring to do it in than that really dark brown. Yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces. I really like this guy. The head I used hot glue. I used hot glue on the mouth to represent the slobber, and let it drip down there and string it, and the way he has two strings of slobber coming down there. I knew I'd focus. I knew I'd blur it. Now this piece up here is clear, And what I did is I painted it from the inside to keep that real shiny look on the outside. So that's just a black fade with my airbrush I put on there. And then the inside of his head has a purplish blue kind of iridescent look to it. And you can kind of, if I can get my camera to focus, you can kind of see it there. That purple blue kind of look to his head on the inside. So, but the base color is the brown, and then I just went over it with the purple and the blue iridescent. So that's how I did inside the head. And that's really about it. Featured the outside of it, get it nice and clear, and yeah, that was really about it. Always wanted to get the Alien Queen, but I just haven't had the money to pick that up. That kit goes for some pretty good money now, so I doubt if I'll ever get it. Now, I do have the Halcyon Predator that I like to do. I was hoping to do it this year, because that's one of the kits I've been wanting to do for a while now, but I might not be able to get to it this year. But if I don't get to it this year, for sure, next year that we'll be breaking out the Halcyon Predator, because that's a pretty cool kit. Dreads and all, it's got a million dreads, but it's a pretty cool kit. So yeah, I like to do the Predator. I have the female Predator, and that might be another build for the classic Rewind. It's another one of my favorite pieces, but yeah, I like the guy. I like to put him on in the living room, but my wife thinks he's too creepy, so she's okay with Godzilla. In fact, she took my Godzilla out of this room and stuck him in the living room because she likes him so much. But this guy, she's not too fond of. So I got to keep him in here with my other stuff. So that's really about it. That's all I can think about this kit. The tail was the main thing that sticks in my mind. Alright guys, that's it. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.